Okay. Hi people. I need a quick confirmation in the chat box regarding the sounds, Lamai. Am I loud and clear? Whether my voice is clear? All okay to you people? Use the chat option and give me a quick confirmation, Lamai. Yes. Perfect. Superb. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm not going to waste time, people. Directly, I'm going to jump to the content. Okay. You know about the program. The program is very simple. We are going to complete the O-level syllabus within 15 weeks. So, but I told you on the introduction day, Lamai, before coming to this particular session, I asked you to go through the theory recordings and come. The students who requested the theory recordings, the students who sent the Gmail address, for them, theory recordings are already provided. 100% theory recordings. 100% theory, 100% paper revision also provided. So I think they will have three folders. One is for the theory content. Other one is the past papers from 2000, if I'm not mistaken, from 2016 to 2019, one slot of past papers. Another set of past papers, 2020 to 2023. That's how I have provided, if I'm not mistaken. So in this particular session, what are we going to do, Lamai? Very simple. We are going to revise each and every unit-wise unit by giving you all a quick recap. And we'll be practicing the past papers from each and every unit. I am planning to practice the past papers from 2016, 2019 to 2023, Lamai, as I told you. So 2024, we will be doing as a full paper for you people to get an idea about the full O-level paper. So you can see by attempting that paper, if you have done the O-levels last year, what would have been your results for O-level commerce subject. So as I told you last week, Lamai, even if you start to study from today, the O-level commerce is a subject where you can go for a good result, but subject to your effort, Lamai. Put the effort, you get the bloody return. Simple as that. You put the effort, get the return. Without putting the effort, don't expect return. Simple formula. Not only for the commerce subject, for any subject. Simple formula, effort එක දාන්න, return එක ගන්න. Put the effort, get the return. No effort, no return. Simple as that. Okay. So that's a small start I wanted to get before getting into the content, Lamai. So we'll directly get into the content. I told you in your subject, commerce subject, we have two areas. One is accounting, or one is the business studies. Other one is the accounting end. I am going to start off with the accounting part. Okay. If you take the grade 10, unit number 1 to unit number 3, all three units are business studies areas. Unit number 4 to unit number 12, all the units are accounting areas. Grade 11, again unit number 1 to unit number 3 and unit number 8, theory areas with the investment. And the unit number 4 to 4, 5, 6, 7. 4, 5, 6, 7. These 4 units is going to be accounting. Okay. Today I am going to start off with the grade 10, unit number 4. I hope you all have a writing book with you. If you don't have a writing book, quickly run, go and get a writing book and come. It is introduction to accounting. I am going to give you the complete summary. So when you are writing the summary, Lamai, listen carefully. Book or paper, whatever. Don't write it in big letters. Write it in tiny letters. Try to put the entire summary into one page. Chuti akuru වලින් ලියන්න. Write it from tiny letters. Chuti akuru වලින් ලියන්න. Okay. Try to put the entire summary into one page. Then before going to the exam, what you should do, take that one page and just go through it. So for each and every unit, you will have single pages. Okay. So this particular unit, Lamai, we started with the definition for accounting. What is accounting? We started with the definition. That's the first area that you study. So definition of the accounting is combination of few words. What are these words? One is accounting is a process. People give me a second. Hello? 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 Good afternoon. Yes. Yeah, I have already started the classes. Yeah. 4:30 actually. Now only I started the class. It's a free session. Somehow I'll forward the link now. Once the class is over, we'll see what has happened here actually. I'll forward the link now. Okay. No problem, no problem. Give me a second, people. One of the student is waiting to get the link. I'll quickly forward it and come. Okay. So what is accounting, Lamar? You think accounting is calculation of the numbers, calculation of the profits, knowing the income, knowing the expense, knowing the cash inflow, knowing the cash outflow. None of these things is accounting, Lamar. There is a business. There are other parties. There is a business. These parties wants to know about this business. Who are these parties? Maybe owners, managers, suppliers, customers, investors, bank, government. So like this, lot of parties are there who wants to know about the business. Then what business should do? Business should give its information for these parties. Simple as that. So these parties, we will call them as users of accounts. Users of accounts. So there are users of accounts. They want to know about the business, what business should do. Business should give its information. This complete process is what we will call it as accounting. So what is accounting? Accounting is a process of, it's a process. So I'll erase this bit. Accounting is a process of providing business info for the users of accounts. Why we are giving the business information? To make decision. So remember these 5 words. Accounting is a process of providing the business information for the users of accounts to make decisions. That's why we are giving business. That's why we are giving accounts. Decisions only we are giving business information through the accounts. That complete process is what accounting is. So everyone tell it with me, people. Yes, I know you are at home, but not a problem. Just repeat it. Hita ඇතුලෙන් repeat කරන්නකො. Accounting is a process of providing the business information for the users of accounts to make decisions. And with that, we'll jump to the second point. It is the objective of accounting. What is the objectives? What's the objectives? Oh, objectives I would like to split into 2 categories, Lamai. I would like to split the objectives into 2. First one is the main objective. and the other objectives. What's the main objective of accounting? That's what I was keep on repeatedly telling. Main objective of accounting is just providing the information. That's all, nothing else. Main objective of accounting is providing business info. Short note, no short note, we'll write it short. Okay. What are the other objectives then? If you prepare the accounts only, you can know about the profits, know about income, expense, profits, know about cash inflows, cash outflows, know about assets, liability, equity. So these are certain other purposes of account. The main purpose of accounting is providing the business information. You want to know about the profits. You want to know about the income. You want to know about the expense. These are not main purposes. These are other purposes of accounting. You want to know about the cash inflow, cash out. Other purposes. You want to know about the how much assets are there, how much liability is there, how much equity is there. These are not main purposes. These are other purposes. So that is the second area that you should know in this particular unit line. Okay. Then third one. Few users of accounts. Few users of accounts. Few users of accounts. We will call them as stakeholders also. Stakeholders or interested parties. Different names. Who are the buggers using the accounts? Think practically. Who are the buggers using the accounts? Who are the buggers using the accounts? Owners will use it. For them to know how much profits are there, how much returns are they getting, whether they have invested in the proper company. Managers, management, they want to manage the business. Managers and employees. So this is the board of directors. Managers and employees. Suppliers. Suppliers, they will check the accounts before. Suppliers are the buggers who are giving us the materials or whatever the supplies. No? Sometimes we will ask supplier, can you give the items? I will give you money later. I'm telling the supplier, I'll pay you money later. That means I'm asking the products on credit basis. Okay. So supplier, he won't just bluntly give me. He will check my accounts, whether I have the capacity of repaying. Whether my accounts are good, then only he will give me the items on credit basis. Government, to collect the taxes and all. Government. Future investors. Future investors. The people who are planning to invest in the future. Financial institutions. Financial institutes like the banks. So here I have given you few users of accounts. So users of accounts, we can call them as stakeholders, interested parties. Different words, you can use it. It's not a problem. Users of accounts, you can call them as stakeholders also. Stakeholders or interested parties. Whatever. Somehow accounting is providing the business information for these interested buggers to make decisions. So you don't write in your exam buggers kill. Accounting is a process of providing the business information these fellows to make decisions. That's all. Simple case. Don't complicate the things. Okay. Then another one of the very important areas which is there in accounting, so elements of accounts. Elements of accounts. There are 5 elements that you should know. So this is the core part of this particular chapter. Core, key part. What are the 5 elements? One is assets. Other one is liability. Other one is equity. Other one is income. And other one is expense. So these are the 5 elements of accounts. I hope you all are writing. While you all are writing, listen for my explanation also, Lamaya. Explanation while you all are writing, listen for my explanation also. Okay. Now let's get a quick idea about the asset, liability, equity, income, expense. This is sattabadi important. Superior important. Very, very important. Especially the examples that I am going to pick here. Okay. We will get an idea about each item. Assets. About assets, I'll tell you 3 things. First one, asset is an economic resource. Godak lamai igana gannawa owned by the business කියලා වැරදි. Assets are resources not owned by the business lamai එක දඩ වැරදි. හරිද? Learn the proper thing. Assets are resources controlled by the business, not owned by the business. Assets are resources controlled by the business. It is available as a result of past transaction or event, where from the assets we will get benefited in the future. Inflow of benefits. Inflow of future benefits. Inflow of future benefits. If this inflow of future benefits lamai, if it is more than 1 year now, we will call it as long-term asset. Long-term asset, in other words, non-current asset. If this inflow of the benefit less than 1 year now, we will call it as short-term asset. Current asset. Current asset. Now I want you all to tell few examples for long-term assets, non-current assets. Chat box එකේ ළමයි ටික දඩ බඩ ගාලා දාගෙන යන්න බලන්න. Examples ටිකක් සුපිරිම important නා. ඔයාලට පුළුවන් නම් මේ ලියන note එක අරන් ගහන්න බිත්තියේ. Land, building, machines, furnitures, equipments, vehicles, buildings. Good. So we'll write land, building, furniture. Equipments කියන්නේ ළමයි මොනවද? These projectors, laptops, cameras, photocopy machines. Oh no, හරිද? equipments. Motor vehicles. Motor vehicles. Fixtures and fittings. Fixtures and fittings. So what are these fixtures, Lamai? Sometimes you might have seen when you go to offices, one area to another area, they have separated not using a brick wall. Partitions වගේ ගහලා separate කරලා තියෙනවා. Fittings වගේ ගහලා. ඒවට fixtures කියලා කියනවා අපි. Okay. Those items, bathroom fittings. Commod එකේම ගත්තා නම් non-current asset superior non-current asset ඒවා. Pro max non-current asset. Bathroom fittings. And you can write long-term fixed deposit, long-term FDs, the fixed deposits that you are opening. So these are few examples for long-term assets. Non-current assets. Investments. Good. Long-term investments. Long-term investments. Good. Next. We'll write some current assets. Lamai. Since you all have studied these things, since you all are going to sit for the O-levels in another couple of weeks or days, whatever. Generally, in the balance sheet, you know what is balance sheet. What's the first current asset that we are writing? What's the first current asset that we are writing? Always first seat is reserved for that person. First seat is reserved for that person. What is the first current asset? No, I'm asking first current asset. So top, you will write the non-current asset. What is the first current asset that you are writing? No. Cash is last. Cash is last current asset. I'm asking the first current asset. Cash තමයි අන්තිමටම ලියන current asset එක. No. Y'all can't remember. Don't forget important things. One student gave me the answer. First current asset that you have to write, lamai, the stock. Stock, another name, inventory. Inventory, another name, goods. So this is the first current asset that you have to write. The main trading badu. The main trading item, main selling item. The main selling item of the business. That is the first current asset that you have to write. Then you can write debtors or receivables. Debtors, another name, receivables. Receivables. So I'm giving you only important ones. Not everything. I can't give you everything. I'm giving you few important ones. Prepaid expense is current asset or accrued expense is current asset? Prepaid expense is current asset or accrued expense is current asset? Future expense paid early. Future expense paid early. Those are current assets. Future expenses, future expenses, if you have paid it now itself. Next month building rent, you have paid it now itself. Next month internet bill, you have paid it now itself. It's so. Future advertisement expense, you have paid it now itself. Future expenses paid early, current asset. We'll call it as prepaid expenses. Prepaid expenses. Future expenses paid, darling. Prepaid expenses. Next one. Income. Accrued income current asset, the prepaid income current asset. Don't know. Past income not yet received. Past income not yet received. People, even if I'm not picking your names, I can see your messages. Keep sending messages. Past income not yet received. Last month interest I didn't receive it. Last month commission I didn't receive it. Last month rent, that fellow didn't give it to me yet. Last year's dividend still I didn't get. Past income not yet received. Current asset for us. I should get it as soon as possible. I can't wait for another 4-5 years. Give me as soon as possible. We will call it as accrued income. Accrued income. Accrued income. And you can write cash. So few important ones only I am giving you. So this prepaid expense and accrued income, don't forget ළමයි. කියලා දුන්නට පස්සේ අමතක කරන්න එපා. උඹලට ඕකනේ තියෙන ප්‍රශ්නේ. Prepaid expenses, accrued income, current assets. Prepaid expenses, accrued income, current assets. Prepaid expenses and accrued income, current assets. Prepaid expenses and accrued income, current assets. Why am I repeating it? ඔයාට අද රැට නිදාගද්දි තෝකුමයි දැන් කනේ ඇහෙන්නේ. Prepaid expenses and accrued income, current asset. Prepaid expenses and accrued income, current asset. කියලා දැන් ඕක ඔළුවේ යනවා දුවනවා හැමතැනම දුවනවා නිදාගද්දි දුවනවා. Dreams වලත් මාව තමයි පේන්නේ. Prepaid expenses and accrued income, current assets. Okay. That's enough. Assets ඇති. Now let's move to the next one. Next one, liability. About the liability also, I'll give you 3 things. First one, liability is a present business obligation. Obligation. It's an obligation. We are liable. Currently, we are liable. Why we are liable? Because we have taken a loan. Because of some past sin. Here, no inflow of the future benefit. It's outflow of resources. Outflow. So if this outflow is happening after 1 year, if this outflow is happening after 1 year, we will call it as long-term liability. If not, in other words, non-current liability. If this outflow is happening within within 1 year, short-term liability. In other words, current liability. Current liability. In your syllabus, generally you people are getting only one non-current liability. Long-term, one liability only you people are having. In A levels, you will study more. In A levels, you will study more. So what's the long-term liability generally that you people have in your syllabus? කියන්න බල. දන්න කට්ටිය. Good. I'll make it little specific. Long-term loans. Long-term loans. Long-term loans. Long-term loans. Current liabilities. Current liabilities. Good. Creditors or payables. Payables. Short-term loans. Good. Short-term loan. Short-term loans. But generally, you people are not getting that. Past expenses. Good, da? The people are giving me answers. Very good. Past expenses not yet paid. I forgot to pay the last month electricity bill. Good, good. AMR, good. I forgot to pay the last month electricity bill. I forgot to pay the last month water bill. I forgot to pay the last year tax. I forgot to pay the last month internet bill. So everything is I am liable, no? Those past expenses not yet paid. Past expenses not yet paid. I'm liable. What's the name? This is what we'll call it as accrued expenses. Accrued expenses. Accrued expenses. Past expenses not yet paid. Then people, another one that you people will get, which is the bank OD. OD means, in Tamil we say OD means duala. That OD, yeah. Overdraft. Overdraft. What is bank overdraft, people? You have issued checks more than what you have in your accounts. In your account, we'll assume only 1 lakh is there. With the permission of the bank manager, you are issuing a check for 120,000. With the permission of the bank manager, who approve check rejected. If the bugger has not approved it, your check will get rejected because you have only 100,000 in your account. You have issued a check for 120. So bugger should have approved it earlier. So we are giving a check, 100,000 check. 100,000 is what we have in the bank account, in our current account. We are issuing a check for 120. So that 20,000 extra account again, it's not there in the account. So that extra 20,000 is the bank overdraft. Okay. Cool. So these are few are not everything. Few current liabilities that you should know. So with that, we are done with 2 elements. Let's move to the next one. Third, equity. What is equity law? I'll take an example. You have 500,000 cash with you. You are going to close the business. වහන්න යනවා. In other side, you have a bank loan. Bank loan of 200,000. The question that I am asking, if you are closing the business now, can you put entire 5 lakhs into your pocket and can you go home? කරන්න පුළුවන්ද ඒක? Yes, you can. කැත වැඩනේ. කරන්න පුළුවන් කැත වැඩ. What you should do first, ළමයි? හිතන්න practically think, very practical subject, no accounting. What you should do first? From this 5 lakhs, settle this 2 lakhs first. Remaining 3 lakhs, you take it home. Simple. Remaining 3 lakhs only you can take it home. Remaining 3 lakhs only you can take it home. Sahna, good. So Sahana has given another example, which is future income received early here. Why didn't I write it? Because for your O levels, okay, in a chances now. But better to know. Dhanna superior. You have studied from a good place. Okay. Future income received early. You think and see lam. I will jump to the current liability part because one of the student gave me that reply. We'll assume. You are giving me the class fee for the next month. No fees. I'm just saying example. Hypothetically, then ගිහිල්ලා කියන්න එපා sir fees ගන්නවා කියලා. නෑ. එහෙම නෑ. No. Okay. Hypothetically. You are giving me the class fee for next month. We'll assume you gave me 10,000 කියලා. I put in my pocket. That 10,000 is not my income. I am liable to you, ළමයෝ. You fellow nicely coming and giving me 10,000. You are thinking it's an income for me. No, it's not an income for me. It's a liability for me. Now I am bloody liable to you. Why am I liable? I am liable to give the service, do the class, if not to refund your money. So until I do the class, I can't call it as my income. You're wrong. Until I do the class, I can't call it as my income. So යාමට 10,000 ගෙනල්ලා දෙනවා. You will come and give me you මෙන්න කරා වැඩ. Who is that? Oops. Wait, ළමයි. Yo, big problem. All the places getting scribbled. Wait, oh my God. Okay. Okay. So you fellow coming and giving me 10,000 next month class fee. It's not an income for me now. Next month it is income, not now. Now I am liable to you. Either I have to do the class, if not refund you. Future income received early. We call it as income in advance, pre-received income, prepaid income. Different words are there. Okay. Hari දැන් අපි යමුකෝ equity එකට. We'll come to the equity. I have 500,000 with me. From other side, I have a 200,000 bank loan. The question that I ask you, can I take the 500,000 home? Yes, I can. Get the value. Ideally, what I should do, I have to settle the 200,000. Remaining 300,000 only I have to take home. From the assets, once you deduct the liability, whatever the remaining assets belongs to the owner. Cash is an asset. Example. From the assets, once we deduct the liabilities, whatever the remaining belongs to the owner, it is called as equity. So in simple terms, equity is asset minus liability. එච්චරයි කතන්දරේ. In simple terms, equity is asset minus liability. From the business assets, deduct the business liability, remaining belongs to owner. It is equity. Simple. In other words, equity equals asset minus liability. Class. Total assets minus total liabilities. Good. We'll jump to the last two. What are the last two? Income and expenses. What is income, Lamai? What is income? What is income? Income, in my words, it's the amount earned by the business for a period. It's the amount earned by the business for a period. And where income will increase the equity. Income will increase the equity. We'll write few examples, Lamai. Sales, commission income, dividend income, interest income, rent income, that income, this income. Godak income, so you write discount received income, discount received income, and this is also cash discount received, not the trade discount. Trade discount ganne hai. Cash discount received income. The trade discount, don't take trade discount. Expenses. Expenses. This is the cost, or the amount incurred by the business for a period. So these two we will do it for a period. 1st January to 31st December. Not 1st January to 31st January. 1st January to 1st April. Whatever period, given period. Period. Expenses will decrease the equity. Anelama, I am not going to write the expenses. You write. Lot of expenses are there. I'll write the main 4 categories if you want. Or 3 categories for O level. What are main 3 categories that you have? One is the distribution expenses. Admin expenses. Finance expenses. Okay. So with that, Lamai, we are done with all 5 elements of accounting. So what are the things that we study? Definition done. Main objective done. Other objectives are done. Uses of the accounts is done. Elements of accounts are done. Asset done. Liability done. Equity done. Income done. Expense done. I am going to teach you one of the very important parts now. What is that? Do you know, Lamai? Equity of a business is changing due to 2 parties. Double akkin. 2 buggers are there. Who will create impact on equity? Equity increasing or decreasing, whatever. There are 2 buggers who will create impact on equity. Dannawada. Kawuda kiyala. Do you know who are these 2 buggers? No. Two buggers are there who will create impact on the equity. One is owner. Owner or owners. Other one is business. Because of the owner, there are certain situations equity will increase. Because of the owner, there are certain situations equity will decrease. Because of the business also, there are certain situations equity will increase. Because of the business, there are certain situations equity will decrease. හොඳට හිතලා කියන්න. Because of the owner equity increasing, what is the situation? Because of the owner equity increasing, what is the situation? Very good. Good. What is that? Additional capital. Good. Good, Lamai. Additional capital. Because of the owner equity decreasing, what is that situation? Because of the owner equity decreasing, what is that situation? Anna hari. Very good. What is that? Mona wings the. What wings? Anna hari. Very good, Lamai. Drawings. So study properly. Equity decreasing because of the owner is what we will call it as drawings. Certain students are there, they say drawings and expenses same කියලා කියනවා. Drawings is an expense කියනවා. Wrong, man, wrong, completely wrong. Drawings is not expense. Drawings කියන්නේ DRAWINGS. That's drawings. Expense means EXPENSE. That is expense, lama. So drawings and expenses are two different things. Don't ever say drawings are expenses කියලා. පිස්සු එහෙම කියන උන්ට. Drawings are not expenses. Drawings are drawings. Drawings are drawings reduction because of the owners. Okay. You tell me because of the business equity will increase. What's the situation? Because of the business on hari lamai. What is the situation? Income, and if there are any profits. Because of the business equity decreasing, what is the situation? What is the situation? Expense or the loss. Good. Expense or losses. එහෙනම් හොඳට තේරුම් ගන්න ළමයෝ. Understand. Expense means it is because of the business. So ඉස්සරහට moving forward, don't ever tell me, sir, drawings is expense කියලා. දෙනවා ටොක්කා. Drawings is not an expense. Drawings is drawings. That's why we are calling it as drawings. It's because of the owner. Okay. Owner puts 100,000. That is additional capital. Owner withdraws 20,000. That is drawings. Correct. Correct. So this is something very important. So understand and study level. Drawings is reduction of the equity because of the owner. Expense reduction of the equity because of the business. So from this, what you have to understand, Lamai, equity will change due to four things. 1, 2, 3, 4. What are the four things? Because of the owner, two things. Because of the business, two things. Because of the owner, what are the two things? Additional capital and drawings. Because of the business, what are the two things? Income and expenses. Then increase in the equity will happen due to two. What are the two? Additional capital because of the owner, income because of the business. Decrease of equity will happen because of two. What are the two? Drawings because of the owner, expense because of the business. So equity වැඩි වෙන two reasons තියෙනවා, අඩු වෙන two reasons තියෙනවා. Okay. And with this lamai, you should know the last part, which is how to calculate the closing equity. Closing equity. We'll assume, I'll take an example. Opening equity of the business, 100,000. Additional capital tibba 10,000. Drawings tibba 2,000. Income tibba 6,000. Expense tibba 5,000. I am asking end of the year, what's the equity? What will you do? Plus the additional capital minus the drawings, plus the income minus the expense, plus the income minus the expense lamai together. If you take it together, make a method 1,000. Tell me another name for the 1,000. Can you tell me another name for this 1,000? Income minus expense. Income minus expense. Income minus expense. Owner withdraws 20,000 from his savings account, means it's personal thing. Let him do anything. Not our savings account. If he takes from our savings account, so do remember, when we are doing the accounts, business and owner, two different parties. I hope you know that. When you are doing the accounts, always this is business, this is owner. Accounting purpose මතක තියාගන්න ළමයි මේ දෙන්න දෙකක්. We are working for the business. Always අපි බලන්න ඕනේ business point of view. Okay? Always we should think from the business point of view. From the business point of view, for us, owner also another bugger. We are the business. Owner also another bugger. Okay? For accounting purpose, not legal purpose. Legal katandara venasne. Okay? Legal stories, different thing. No? Yeah, we are telling for the accounting. For accounting purpose, lamai, owner, business, two different parties. We are working for the business. Apita padi hammenne business එක. Who is giving us padi? Salary? Business. We are working for the business. Owner baga separate. That's how for accounting purpose we are there. Okay. Cool. So again we'll come here. Tell me lamai. Income minus expense, 1,000 rupees is there. What is that 1,000 rupees? කියන්න බලන්න. That is profit. Profit නෙමේ profit. So based on this lamai, we can calculate the closing equity. How much is the closing equity? 100,000 plus 10,000, 110,000 minus 2,000, 108,000. 108,000 plus 1,000, 109,000. So how did you find this closing equity lamai? Construct the formula. Opening equity. Plus කරන්න additional capital. Minus කරන්න drawings. Plus කරන්න final profits. Income minus expense. Net profit. Net profit. Closing equity equal opening equity plus additional capital minus drawings plus the income minus expense. Income and expenses together, it is net profit. Simple as that. So So with that, lamai, we are done with the quick recap of the unit number. Shall we jump to the past papers? I think few questions are there. From this unit, there are no much of questions. It is a base unit, important unit. Age base එක strong තිබ්බොත් නේ ළමයි අනිත් ටිකත් හරියන්නේ. age base එක නිකන් මෙහෙම වගේ නම් buildingත් ඉවරයි, collapse. Your building also will collapse. Shall we jump to the past papers? Okay. Hmm. 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 Now we studied what is equity from the business assets. Once you deduct the business liability, remaining belongs to the owner. It is equity. If not, assets minus liability is equity. Any answer fine now? From the business assets, once business liabilities are settled, remaining belongs to owner. It is equity. If not, you can write assets minus liabilities is equity. Whatever. It's up to you. What's the main purpose of accounting? Deneka. Providing the business information for the users to make decision. That's what I gave you in the summer. Providing. Deneka. Providing business info for the stakeholders or for the users of the accounts. It's up to you. Whatever you write, your answer is correct. For users of accounts to make decisions. නැත්තම් ඒක economic decisions උත් කියනවා. Economic decisions කියන්නේ ළමයි decisions which will bring you economic value, a monetary value, a money value එකක් create කරන decisions. That's all. Next one ළමයි. Write to characteristics of liability දෙකක් නෙමෙයි තුනක්ම දෙමු අපි නේද? දෙන්න බලන්න. Present business obligation arose as a result of past transaction event. Outflow of economic resources. At least for the next one, you all help me, Lama. You send the messages in the chat box. Current asset නම් CA දාන්න. non current asset නම් ආච්චි කියලා දාන්න. ආච්චි නෙමෙයි NCA කියලා දාන්න. Current asset CA, non current asset NCA. Good Lama. So stock for the sales purpose, goods, inventory, trading item, current asset. Office furnitures, people, we will use it for a longer period, more than 1 year. Non-current asset. Machines and equipments, longer period, non-current asset. Rent to be received, past income not yet received. Accrued income. What is that? Accrued income. Adi igana gatta. Accrued income. CA. Good. Current asset. Accounting. Process providing business information, uses of the accounts to make decisions or economic decisions. Accounting is I'll type, it's easy for me. Accounting is first word, tell me. Process of. Then providing. දෙනවා. මොනවද දෙන්නේ? බද්ද නැහැ. Business information. කාටද දෙන්නේ? For the users of accounts. If not stakeholders කියලාත් කියනවා ඒක. If not interested parties උත් කියනවා. Interested parties. Why? To make decisions or economic decisions. That's all. If you all are done, post a letter D in the chat box, Lama. Post a letter D in the chat box. D for done. BD. Done. Okay. So we'll be going through more expenses later when we are doing the grade 11 financial statements part. So don't worry about it. Okay. Then Lamai, with that, what you have to understand, unit number 4, recap is done. The past papers from 2019 to 2023, whatever the available questions are done. So this is what you have to repeat for all the units that you have learned. So grade 10, you have 12 units. And if you take the grade 11, you have 8 units. Altogether 20 units. Repeat the same for all 20 units. Pattalesi done. Before coming to the class, just watch the recording. Don't just watch it in the normal speed. Put it for 1.5 or 2x. 2-hour recording, you can finish it in 1 hour. Each unit, if you take maximum 6-7 hours recording each unit. So class එකට එන්න කලින් 4 hours recording එකත් දඩස් ගන්න බලලා. එච්චරයි කතන්දරේ. Very simple. So repeat the same thing. No, no physical classes. It's going to be online, but the 2 papers that I told you, the 2024 paper lamai, I told you, yes, I know you have the 2024 paper. ඔයාගාව paper එක තියෙනවා, answer scheme තියෙනවා, but please don't try it. ඒක අන්තිමටම කරන්න. Properly get prepared, properly study, be perfect, do the 2024 paper as your O-level exam. By thinking as the O-level exam කරලා බලන්න. Then you know if you have done O-levels previous year, මොකක්ද ඔයාගේ result එක වෙන්නේ කියලා. Okay. And there will be another paper from our side. So these 2 papers I'll be keeping physically. Classes නම් ඉතින් online තමයි ළමයි යන්නේ. Okay. So what I was telling is ළමයි, this is the same process that you have to repeat for the remaining all the units. Okay. Then today's part is over. Next week, grade 10, unit 5. Before, yeah, this session we will be doing only for accounting. Only for accounting. Once the accounting is over, then business studies. Okay. But business studies already, I think Muhammad, he did it. But if you all want to recap on that part also, I'll be doing it again. Don't worry. Business studies. Okay. So I hope you all enjoyed the session, people. So this is what is going to get repeated for next 19 units lamai. So out of 21 is class done. තව 19 focus කරන්න ඕනේ ටික කරමු. අතිශයින් එපා. We have time. We have enough and more time. Ample of time is there. ඇති තරම් wholesale වෙලා තියෙනවා. One by one අපි ඇවිල්ලා ගානට focus කරලා වැඩේ කරමු. හරිද? That's the idea. Then people, bye bye. ජය. Yeah. Thank you guys. No problem.